Well, hello. Welcome to the Richard Wade Review Show. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about a couple of devices that I really love. I've had this one. It's the Roland JD-Xi. It's the keyboard and everything, and it's got a little mic here for vocoder. I've had it for maybe a couple of months now, but I didn't really get the time to really work with it and learn how it worked until recently. So I've kind of been doing some stuff with it. This device here is called the Roland MC-707. I've had this maybe 5 months now, and I've learned most of the features of it. It has so many that I'll probably never learn them all. But I mean, it has a lot of different things on it. There's about 3,000 different preset sounds in there, and you have the Zencore synth engine, so you can make your own. Okay, so real quick, I'm going to play something I put in here. It's just something pretty simple. I have a couple of different instruments, as you can see. I'll cut out two of them. A couple of different, like oohs and ahs, kind of choir sort of noises. Then this synth noise. And then on this channel here, I've got it set to really like super saw kind of sound, so it's like so I've got that set so my MIDI keyboard can play that. And the MC-707 has a lot of different sounds like drum machines. Like I've got a 909 here, and it's pretty easy to go through and program different things. But I'm not really using that for this video. I just wanted to kind of show you a little bit about what it does here. But you basically have 8 different tracks that you can be playing at the same time, but on each of those 8 tracks you have 16 rows in which you can put different parts, and each of those can be up to 128 steps, which is 128 beats. So for example, this beat, these that I've got here, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. So they're only like 8, but you can go up to 128 on each of them, and you have 128 different clips you can use, 8 for each part, or 16 for each track. But for this, we basically, in the last video that I was doing where I was talking about the T8 and the J6 together, I was telling you that most of the presets and Roland stuff are like in the key of C. I mean, not all of them. C, A minor, G, B minor. Excuse me. Cough there. But yeah, you can very easily, like this is kind of, this little thing I've made is kind of in the key of A minor or C. So right now I've got the JD-Xi set up as the master device that controls the tempo and the start and stop. So I'm going to let you hear what this sounds like when you do some of them together. And you can change the volume balance between them using volume knobs on both devices. Because I've got both of these running into my recording software, which is OBS. I've got both of them running in through different audio channels. This has USB sound out into the computer. I can do the mix, or I can do each of the individual channels. Plus, I have an Evo Audio that has 8 channels, and I have this running into channel 3 and 4. I've got it set to mono, so I'm only really using channel 3. And of course, you can change presets. Some of the presets are different lengths, so I can't always do this, but in some of them, I can just change on the fly like this. And it changes the tempo also. See, so you kind of got like EDM sounding beats. And you can change with the master volume, or you can move these sliders down if you want to change the balance between them. And of course, you could always like tweak the filters on things. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong. I had the wrong track selected, so you weren't hearing the keyboard. Here we go. You can. Kind of make it up something on the fly. And of course, you can also tweak the little parts. Like on the JD-Xi. The JD-Xi has 4 different tracks that play at once. You have 2 digital synths, which are right here. You've got a drum track, and you've got an analog synth. So let's see if I have a good example here. Basically, I gotta find one. Maybe this one. You can hear like the subtle changes from the filter. And that one's also fun with the chord progression turned on, so I'm going to turn everything on. Change up there, kind of a hip-hop sort of feel. But you know, the best thing to do is to make your own stuff on here. I'm just going through some presets that I'd set to favorites, but you can make all your own parts and arrange things, and then you'll know what key they're in. You can even arrange things like maybe each line is a different key or stuff like that, because that would be easier than trying to transpose all these on the fly. But I mean, it'd be very easy to make a live set. And as I was talking about in my previous videos where I was showing everyone the J6 and the T8, you can use those for like a solo live performance. However, you can also connect them through MIDI. I have all my devices connected using CME Witty devices. So the brand CME that's who makes them, and Witty is just wireless MIDI. These basically work like Bluetooth devices. You can hook them up to your phone through Bluetooth and use the app to assign them where they should go. It's kind of a weird process because you have to make sure that they'll automatically connect with each other, but you want to stop them from doing that so you can make sure that you set the groups the way they need to go. So this has in and out, and they're powered by the MIDI port in most devices. Some devices don't have power coming out of their MIDI ports, but most of them do. So these do. Like I've got one plugged into here. I've got one plugged into the back of the JD-Xi. I've got one plugged over here. Well, actually, this one is a different one. It's called a Witty U-host, and it's for devices that don't have the 5-pin MIDI out plugs. It's for the ones like, I don't know if you can see that very well. Yeah, these have the 5-pin MIDI, but if your device only has USB, you want to use the device called the U-host for it. They all cost the same. I believe these are about $48 a piece. So for about $200, I was able to get my whole setup wired up together. As far as the other devices that I was working on, let me get some music playing so it's not so boring over here, just hearing me talk. So those other devices that I had done the video on previously, the J6 and the T8 on the Richard Wade Review channel. I have two channels. I have one where I do like my music stuff and my video gaming and painting. It's just like a general all-purpose channel, which is bad for the YouTube algorithm, by the way. I need to specialize in one thing, but I did that video for the Richard Wade Review channel, kind of reviewing those devices. And now I've ordered a version of this called the Witty Jack, which has it allows me to connect things with like the 3.5 millimeter jack, like those have. So I'll be able to connect those into my setup. And then once I do that, I can kind of like look at the screen here, and whenever once I look at sorry, I got distracted there. Once I look at the screen, I can tell what the tempo is. I also have a tap tempo. For example, this song's the tempo is 130, and I've got this as the master controlling the tempo for the MC-707. So I can use these two devices in conjunction with each other. And if I want to, say, like, kind of do like a DJ set, where I want to like crossfade everything in between, I could slowly cut out the volume on this, have this playing solo, set the tempo to 130 on my T8, which would be controlling the J6 also, and then I could start the drum machine over here and kind of fade this out while I faded the other one in, which I can't do that yet because I ordered the Witty jack and it came in, but the wires that connected, the little jack wires, I'm still waiting for those because they're not standard 3.5. There's 3.5 on one end, but the other end is like a little tiny jack that plugs in. So I should have that in a couple of days, and then I can do an example with all of it. Maybe put the other devices over here and kind of show you how you might do that. But you can make musical performances like a DJ would with no gaps using live music. And if you are a DJ, you know, you could use a setup like this or like those two, and you can match them to whatever tempo your song is without having to worry about beat matching. You know, you just play your song and then you can fade into whatever you've got composed here, you know, whatever like electronic music you want. So you can do a little mix of both. You can play songs that people recognize while mixing in your own music, and it could be pretty impressive that way, I think. But I guess if you have any questions about this, feel free to leave a comment in the YouTube comments, and I'll try to answer all of them. And if I can, I'll give you your answer. And if not, I'll find someone who can, because Most of the things that I've learned about these devices, I've actually learned online from watching videos and stuff. Because like the manuals are helpful, but sometimes they're not always updated because these firmwares, after they release the devices, they always improve them so much and add so many new features. So it's hard to always find documentation to help figure that out. But it's super easy because usually if I type a question into Google, now they have like AI assistants who are just going to tell you basically what you need to know, if it can, And if not, you can go through and find videos of people doing it that can help. But I definitely recommend the MC-707 to anyone who is interested in making music or recording music in any way, because it can be used. You can put audio inputs in through it. Actually, when I recorded that video for the T8 and the J6, I was running the audio through this channel here, just by itself, and I assigned it as a mixer channel. In fact, when I was doing the video, I forgot that it would go through the reverb effects, and I didn't really want the reverb on it, but I didn't realize it until I posted the video. I'm like, where is that extra reverb coming from? And then I realized it was this, so I could turn that off if I wanted. And maybe you can kind of hear the reverb. I mean, those kind of sound like they're kind of like super long reverb notes anyway. Let's try it with some of these presets with the reverb on. It's very easy to sync them up using that button like that. When I'm doing it with the T8 and J6, I prefer to keep them unsynced. I mean, I want them synced in tempo, but like, I don't want the play button to start because sometimes I want to like cut out one or the other, and I don't want them getting interrupted that way. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna end this video here. I've been talking a while. It's getting close to 20 minutes long, but if there's anything you would like to see, I'm going to be doing a lot of like MIDI devices and things like that because I'm pretty excited about it right now, and I'm learning, and you all can learn along with me. So if you have any questions, please, like I said earlier, ask in the comments. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. And I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you next time. Oh, one more thing. I was saying I would recommend the MC-707 to anyone who wants to make music. The JD-Xi, I think it's pretty cool, but like I wouldn't say it's for anyone. I think maybe like a MIDI keyboard is best to go with the MC-707. But I think that these two together make really good music, as you can hear. And I haven't even sat down and made my own stuff yet. This is just like the presets, and I've fiddled a little bit with things. And of course, there's a lot of really, really awesome things. Like there's a vocoder. Let me see if I can. There, I can go over to the vocoder and do. Let's see, check. Oh yeah. I got to turn it up some. Check. Still not very loud. Check. All right, real quick. I was trying to end the video, but I think I've got to show everybody this. So I'm going to mute my mic for a second. All right, so I mean, I'll have to do like a whole nother video, like showing what you could do with the vocoder. But as you can imagine, you can make like a lot of like Daft Punk sounds, and I'd have to definitely balance the levels because the vocoder is actually pretty quiet. So I need to go through and like turn that up, turn this down, then raise the master on everything. But that's definitely a lot of fun. But anyway, that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll join me next time. Thanks for watching.